today we are going to be watching Lost Media the Internet Wasn't Meant to See. I mentioned this in my last video, but I just got done with dental surgery, so I am taking a little bit of medication. And I'm sorry if I sound a little bit weird. It will get better. Thank you for sticking with me, and I super appreciate it. Let's get right into the video.
There are videos and pictures out there that were never meant to see the light of day.
Maybe like Rex booty hole.
Some were buried by corporations, others were sealed in government storage, some were destroyed to keep victims safe. But now, many of these lost tapes and pictures are showing up online, and the stories behind them are darker than people think. Today, we'll explore lost media that the internet wasn't meant to see. So my goal, guys, is still the same: to increase the number of videos I put out without sacrificing quality. But I'm not gonna lie, guys, it is a miracle that every week we still manage to put out a video, considering how difficult it is.
Yes.
So it means
Can we get a clappy and some hearts in the chat? We love you. I love these videos. They're so awesome. Please check out the original. He is the greatest of all time. They're so fun. I feel like there's so many conversation topics. It definitely makes you think with your noggin a little bit. I love his videos.
world if you subscribe, and I will do my very best to put out more this year. I'm Visual Venture, and you are awesome.
Me?
The day the clown cried.
Oh.
In 19...
I mean, when's the last time I saw a clown cry? Probably like my 5th birthday party because nobody showed up. I was a clown.
1972, a Hollywood actor felt people weren't taking him seriously enough. The actor was Jerry Lewis, one of the most successful comedians in the world. He wanted to reinvent himself as a serious actor, so he flew to Sweden to make the most dramatic movie of his career. When he saw the serious actor, so he flew to Sweden to make the most dramatic movie of his career. But when he saw the final cut, Jerry was horrified.
Dude, I feel bad for people who have to like rebrand their image. I feel like this always happens with, I don't know, Disney stars and stuff too. Because they always grow up as like the kid on your TV, and then they want to get like real roles, like really big roles, and like be serious. And sometimes they end up going like way too far to prove that they're like hardcore.
Instead of saving his legacy, he felt the movie would ruin it. Out of embarrassment, he swore no one would see the film while he was still alive. But keeping that vow wasn't going to be easy. The movie was titled The Day the Clown Cried. Jerry played a clown named Helmut.
It is the story of a clown who was once the premier clown, who is no more top clown.
In the film, Helmut found a group of Jewish children inside a World War II concentration camp. They were the only people who still laughed at his jokes.
Aww. Sean, thank you for the 100 bits. Here's a welcome back present. Thank you.
So he performed for them. The guards saw this and decided to use him. They ordered Helmut to entertain the kids to keep them calm as they were loaded onto trains. Once they entered those trains, they would never return. In the final scene, Helmut led them into a gas chamber. Then he stepped inside with them, waiting for the doors to close.
Dude, what I guess like a thinker of a movie. What was like the last big thinker movie that came out? I'm trying to think. I don't really watch a lot of movies because I feel like I'm always like, I'd rather play game. It's such like an asinine thing, but like, how am I supposed to get LP when I'm watching a movie?
Filming, Jerry believed he was creating something awesome, but behind the scenes, the production was falling apart. The producer ran out of money. Equipment went missing, and the set became chaos. The producers wanted to scrap the film, but Jerry refused to give up. He grabbed a rough cut of the footage and fled to the US to edit it himself.
Whoa, what? He wanted to do it all alone? Dude, what a goat, though. Like, he's like, this movie will come out, whether you like it or not.
He promised reporters that the film would be ready in 6 to 7 weeks.
Damn! Through Premiere? How is he doing all that? Windows Movie Maker? Put some, like, little, like, rainbow animations or, like, some crazy slides. That's what I was doing back in the day when I was making Club Penguin AMVs.
He finished the edits, but when he finally saw the...
Also, thank you guys for showing me that that was a 6-7 moment. Can we move on from 6-7? Can we just make another number, like, funny? Like, I don't know. 5. 5.
finished version, he hated it.
I was ashamed of the work, and I was grateful that I had the power to contain it all and never let anybody see it.
Jerry felt that the movie was terrible, so he decided to hide it from the world. But once something is hidden, people always want to find it. For years, the film stayed buried, but privately, Jerry showed it to a few trusted friends.
Uh-oh, do we got leakers? Always with the leakers.
After seeing it, those friends went out and talked about the film, but they only had negative things to say.
Oh, what? Oh my God. He shared baby with his friends and they said, "Oh, this shit sucks for real." That is horrible. Why would they do that?
And said this movie is so drastically wrong. Another called it a disaster.
Oh my
Their harsh
God.
opinions only made the public more curious. People wanted to
friends.
see if it was really that terrible. But no matter how many times they asked, Jerry refused to release it. Jerry grew old and passed away
Aw.
in 2017. He was
Rest in
91.
peace.
At that point,
Damn, 91? What a run. That's like ultra late game. I'm probably living to like 73.
fans thought the film was lost forever, but it wasn't. The Library of Congress revealed that Jerry donated a copy to them before he passed away. But there was
Whoa.
one condition. The footage could not be shown until June 2024.
Dude, please be June 6th. That's my birthday. That would be freaking extra special, I guess. But 2024? Damn, that was 2 years ago.
For years, people counted down to the date.
2024 release may just be one more piece of the puzzle and one step closer to unearthing one of the most controversial and disturbing films out
Wait, I recognize that lady's voice. Is she the one that did the Homestuck video or like the Neopets video? She sounds very familiar. I feel like we have the same interests.
there.
Reddit buzzed with excitement. But when the day finally came, the library made a disappointing announcement. They didn't have
What?
the full movie. All they had was incomplete and unedited footage. Fans were crushed. But once again, a glimmer of hope appeared. Although Jerry brought a copy of the movie to the US for editing, another copy was left behind in Sweden. And a man
Ooh.
named Hans found it in the archives of a Swedish studio. He
Hi.
took the footage and kept it secret. Then in May
Ooh.
2025, he finally revealed what he had. Reporters were skeptical, so he showed the footage to journalists as proof. It
Really?
wasn't just a fragment. It was the full rough draft of the movie.
Oh my God. He left them a puzzle. Now they're gonna edit it again?
After so many disappointments, fans got excited again. They thought they might finally get to see the film. But history repeated itself. They were let
What?
down again. Hans
How?
sold the footage to a private collector. And although the public did get to see some of the footage, they never got to see all of it. People
Oh my God, greedy, greedy mother sucker. Just show everybody the movie, my God.
in our next chapter believed that they found one of the biggest government cover-ups in history.
Wait, that was the end? He said, nah, mine, too bad. What the hell? Really?
The lost photo that started a conspiracy.
The lost photo that started a conspiracy. Maybe it's gonna be like Jotaro and everybody like last train home.
Usually when someone passes away, there's no doubt about it. There's a body, a funeral, and closure. But one day, a pilot flying across the sky simply vanished. No one knew if she was alive or
Whoa.
dead, and people argued about it for years.
Wait, this is that Earnhardt lady? I don't know her lore. I'm actually very interested to learn. I literally know nothing about anything.
Then rumors spread about a mysterious photo that proved she survived.
What?
That photo was supposedly in a government file. The internet
What?
split into two sides. Those who believed something evil was being covered up, and those who thought it was all just delusional.
Do you guys ever think about like how much stuff we don't know? Like this is so doomer, but sometimes I'd be taking a shower. I know, like you can smell me. I swear to God, I bathe. And I'm like, damn, there's so much in the world that's just a mystery and people all know it and just hide it from everyone.
Nonsense. To find the truth, we have to start with the pilot herself. Her name was Amelia Earhart. In the 1930s, Amelia Earhart was considered a living legend. She did things most people were too scared to even try.
Guys, this is a very dumb question. But is she like a great person in Civ? I haven't collected them all yet, and I've been playing a lot of Civ, so I'm like, she kind of would make sense. Like, is she a great person? No? What? We gotta patch that. We gotta patch that.
It was very interesting to me to fly in southern waters rather than in the north.
Amelia was the first woman to fly alone across the Atlantic Ocean. She broke transcontinental speed records by making flights in record time. She wrote books, toured, and lectured. In 1937, Amelia announced a new goal. She wanted
So is this just like a lot of pre-planning and a lot of being able to buy the plane? Like, do you think anybody could do this? Or do you think like it takes so much effort? Because I don't really know how this stuff really works. I mean, I guess you'd have to stay awake a lot of the time too. And then you have to have like good navigational skills. And then you have to learn where the equipment goes, especially because this was like newer tech, right? So it's kind of just like a very big intelligence like study up session. Yeah, it's kind of like a combination of both. I mean, I couldn't do it. It's about fuel management and navigation. So how do you get refueled? Like, do they just have like little stations and you like go down and then you get like a little pit crew that be putting the gas in or something? She bought it on layaway with Klarna. My God, I hope not, damn.
To fly around the world. The journey would span thousands of miles.
Contemplated course covers about 27,000 miles. It will be the first flight successful which approximates the equator.
Oh my God, that's scary. She laughed at successful. Oh no. She gotta fake it till she makes it.
Didn't fly alone. Her navigator, Fred Noonan, was inside the plane with her. His job was to track their position using maps and guide them over the ocean. At first, the flight went smoothly. Then...
I'm such an idiot. Guys, they don't have Google Maps. They got paper and shit. They gotta use MapQuest for this. My God. Okay, I could not do this. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'd be cooked. I'd be driving in circles.
It came the final leg. They needed to land on a tiny island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean to refuel. The weather worked against Amelia. Heavy clouds blocked her view. Radio signals were weak and her fuel was running low. She radioed a nearby Navy ship several times trying to find a place to land.
Calling Itasca. We must be on you.
They're donut-walling her! Why would you do that?
Cannot see you. Gas is running low.
After that message, she went silent. Amelia, Fred, and their plane disappeared without a trace. The US Navy launched one of the largest search operations in history.
Yeah, maybe they were in the sub-only server. No, because they were a boat, not a submarine. I don't know, very big mystery.
Planes and ships scanned the ocean for days, but there was no wreckage, no bodies, and no clues. Eventually, Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan were declared legally dead.
You can be legally dead? Like, why can't I be legally Mia? It has, I guess, a nicer ring to it. Legally oopsie daisy. We're looking with everything we can.
The official explanation was that she ran out of fuel and crashed into the ocean. But many people didn't accept that. Without bodies or debris, fans believed she survived. One theory claimed that Amelia and Fred crash-landed on the Marshall Islands. At the time, those islands were controlled by the Japanese military, so people thought the pair were captured as spies. Years went by. 10, 30, 80 years, still no answers.
Damn, do you think they actually have answers but just didn't tell the public? I mean, maybe it's back then too. They had like, I don't know, maybe they wanted people to go fly because it was like bougie and they wanted people to spend money on flights, but if they knew what happened, they'd be too scared to take planes. I don't know. This stuff's so fun.
People kept arguing about whether Amelia crashed or survived, but nobody had proof. And one day, that changed. In 2017, a photo surfaced that supposedly showed Amelia Earhart alive. News outlets rushed to report it.
This long-lost photograph, discovered in the National Archives, appears to show her on a dock after being taken prisoner by the...
Why? Because she got a pixie cut? We're gonna go with that? There's no shot. That's it?
Japanese.
The photo was labeled Marshall Islands. A retired federal agent said he found it while going through old files. He claimed the photo came from a top secret folder. Okay.
If it's top secret, could I even reach it?
That had been hidden and mislabeled on purpose.
Okay, come on. Yeah, AI, aliens, robots. What else can we blame this on?
His claims caught the attention of a major TV network, so they created a full-length documentary titled Amelia Earhart, The Lost Evidence.
Oh, now you're trying to sell me something? This is ridiculous. Do I gotta bring my Amelia Earhart, I don't know, popcorn bucket? This is crazy.
At first glance, the photo just looked like an ordinary photo. It was just a blurry scene of a harbor, but analysts noticed two figures standing on the dock.
Yeah, a full-length documentary about a single picture. Dude, they're better at yapping and stretching out and stalling than me. And I like to yap.
Was a tall man with a receding hairline.
Okay, do we have to include that? Leave my man alone.
Experts compared his face to Fred Noonan's and said it matched.
No! They're going off the hairline. No way. They said Vegeta was there. It has to be them. Oh, hell no.
The teeth, hairline, and nose all appear to match up.
It's my feeling that this
is very convincing evidence this is probably Noonan.
Then they studied the second figure. This person sat on the dock with their back facing the camera.
Like, look at her butt. Like, it's just so bootylicious. That had to have been her. Like, she filling out them jeans for real. Like, what? We're gonna go off ass?
They had short, messy hair and a slim build. Analysts believed it looked like Amelia Earhart.
From the top of her head to her underarms, and then from her underarms.
Oh, no! No. The way he said underarms was diabolical. You know he has that Bakashin gift saved.
Arms to her waist,
Right.
and we can say that looking at this,
They all line up.
In the background, a Japanese ship appeared to be towing a long object.
An object that is 38 feet long, exactly the length of the plane Amelia and Noonan were flying when it went missing.
After laying out the evidence, one expert said it could be the biggest government cover-up of all time.
No. I mean, he definitely said that before today. There's definitely way worse out there, I'm gonna be honest.
The theory claimed that the US government saw this photo and knew Amelia was alive, but they didn't rescue her because they didn't want to get caught up in an international dispute. The documentary received global attention. Millions believed the mystery was finally solved, and they blamed the government for abandoning Amelia. But then someone looked closer, and they noticed one detail that debunked the entire story.
For some reason, there was a giant Pikachu in the background and we had no idea, and he was chilling with Blue Guy. How did none of us see that?
Japanese blogger saw the photo and decided to investigate.
The blogger says it took him a grand total of 30 minutes to debunk the Amelia Earhart photo.
Why? Because he looked at it? My God, I was an unbeliever in 2 seconds.
He found the photo printed in a Japanese tourist guide. That book was published in 1935. Amelia disappeared in 1937.
Boo, 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 boo. If you're gonna whip out the Photoshop, at least be historically correct, losers.
That meant the photo was published 2 years before Amelia vanished.
Or maybe she is a time traveler. What? When she was flying the plane, it went through a portal. Then she flew back 2 years before. But then she realized that she liked not being famous, so she gave it all up. Wow, 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 wow.
The people in the picture couldn't be Amelia and Fred. After that discovery, the entire theory collapsed. The lost photo didn't solve the mystery. It only showed how...
Do you ever think about how mother suckers be making these lost photos and fake stuff, and then they're just sitting in the room? This shit was on CBS, everybody believes it.
Badly, the world wanted answers. To this day, no one knows what really happened to Amelia Earhart or Fred Noonan.
I have no idea.
Their disappearance remains one of the greatest mysteries in history.
Don't ask me.
Up next is lost media of some of the most disgusting food imaginable.
Beans on toast. I'm just kidding. I actually would eat beans on toast, but I am not eating tuna and a baked potato. You lost me with that one.
America's filthiest store.
What? This is not America! No.
A grocery store is supposed to be clean, but in
Okay, that is true. Honestly, this is a thought I have a lot of the time. Like before, you know, the people like just didn't clean anything. And then after the they would have like signs outside of stores that were like, we super clean the store. Oh, we weren't already doing that? Like, seriously?
1999, a camera crew filmed one that was pure toxic rot, and that disgusting footage became one of the internet's most wanted videos. The store was called Mexia Supermarket in Fort Worth, Texas. In
No! I lived in Dallas! Please! It's so close!
1998, the owners took out massive loans to open it, but the business collapsed. They ended up owing banks and other creditors about $1.14 million.
2 things I would never want to own. Actually, 3. 1, store, like grocery store. Dude, inventories suck. 2, restaurant. Who the fuck wants to own a restaurant? That is horrible. You gotta have employees. You gotta maybe be on the lookout for Gordon Ramsay. That's not fun. 3, probably myself. I'm never gonna own up to anything.
Unable to pay their debts, they filed for bankruptcy. Normally, when a business files for bankruptcy, a trustee is appointed to handle what's left. The trustee decides what to do with any remaining property, dispose of it, or sell it. In this specific case, that meant the trustee should have entered the Mexia supermarket and arranged for the food inside to be removed, donated, or destroyed. But that never happened.
Lazy. I should not be doing that. I hurt my mouth.
According to the lawyer on the case, there was a series of communication failures.
No. That's not true. We got a series of lazy bones. Series of unfortunate events. There's got to be something else going on. There's no way they just forgot.
The trustee didn't deal with the food, and the original owners just locked the doors and left the country.
The owners do not contact the health department. They do not contact the homeless shelter. They do not contact the food drive.
What?
They simply lock the doors and go back to Laos.
If I do not see it, it does not exist. Goodbye, everybody.
The entire store was abandoned with all the perishable food still inside. The power stayed on for months, but eventually no one paid the electric bill, so the power shut off.
Ew, this is just gonna be slop. Murgle store, ew.
And all the fresh food began to rot. The fruits, the vegetables, the meat were covered in maggots. The stench was so strong that people reportedly got a headache just from walking past.
Oh my god! It's inflicting AoE poison damage to the community and we're just gonna leave it? Where is the mayor?
The abandoned supermarket. It was a crisis. City health officials showed up to investigate. Even before stepping inside, they realized how bad it was.
They saw a parking lot full of dead rats and roaches, and on the window.
It's killing the roaches? Nah. Yeah, you gotta set the whole building on fire. How are units made to traverse these terrains actually taking damage? That is crazy. Yeah, this is plague. There is no way.
Windows, they saw dozens and dozens of flies.
When they finally entered,
Scarlet
the air
rot!
itself was dangerous, filled with dangerous gases and low levels of oxygen. Officials declared the building a health hazard. They hired a professional cleanup crew to clear the place. Cleanup workers arrived wearing hazmat suits.
Dude, that is nasty. They're showing up like ET in there. No way.
Brought a camera to record the cleanup. They filmed the workers using loaders and shovels to clear mountains.
Okay, be for real though, looking at this, is this not just like crazy aesthetic? Like this looks like the new Repo. Lethal Company be looking like this.
Of spoiled food. By November 1999, the cleanup was finished. But the story didn't end there. The footage of the cleanup became its own mystery. Years later, in 2010, a TV network made a documentary about food, and it included brief clips from the Mexia cleanup. The show only used about 77 seconds of the original footage. But
The animal crackers get a little quirky at night. I would not be surprised if there's a high-level mage in here.
Viewers were fascinated. They wanted to see the full recording of the filthy supermarket cleanup, but nobody knew where to find it. For the next 14 years, internet users searched tirelessly.
Like, how did the people cleaning this up not just think, this going on HBO Max? Like, nobody? Like, why can we not watch this? People love watching people clean stuff up. I mean, on YouTube, it's a little different because I get, like, the, sometimes I get recommended people cleaning in, like, transparent clothing. I'm not into that, but for some reason, YouTube thinks I am. I am not even looking that up.
Contacted the TV network, checked city archives, and even tried finding the original camera crew. Nothing turned up. Then, in 2024, a Reddit user finally found it. He posted a link to a university archive that had the original cleanup footage. The disgusting Mexia supermarket video was finally online for all to see, but not everyone had the stomach to watch it.
Are you allowed to just bring in a big bomb? Like, honestly, yeah, fire sounds easier. Can you not just, like, explode it? Like, why even clean it? At that point, just, like, get rid of the whole thing. Maybe, like, giant dump trucks or, like, the little scooper guys. Like, why try to save it? Who the hell would want to go back in there? And spread the rot? Oh! I didn't think about that. Imagine going out for a walk and then it just starts raining, like... It's raining tacos. All in this... Oh!
This chapter is about a company that created a kids movie not meant for kids. The Halloween movie that crossed a line. Making a horror movie for kids is tricky. If it's too soft, it's not scary. If it's too intense, it can scar kids.
Horror movies for kids. I know there was like Halloween Town, but does that count as a scary movie? Dude, the thing that scared me the most when I was a kid was there was this episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog where it was like this blue little creature thing. That bastard. And he goes, "You're not perfect." Ew, I hated that. I think it actually like put insecurities inside of my brain. I hated that one.
But in the year 2000, Nickelodeon decided to try it anyway. At the time, Nickelodeon was the safe channel for kids.
Oh yeah. Ugh, I can't even look at Nickelodeon without thinking of feet. Like this is ugh.
It had mostly cartoons and goofy sitcoms, so the idea of Nickelodeon making horror sounded strange from the start. They hired a director and trusted him to produce something their audience would enjoy. Instead, he created a dark folk tale about deformities, which
Crybaby Lane. Oh my god! A couple of brothers are told a ghost story about a farmer's twins, but during a seance, they mistakenly awakened the evil twin and are forced to defend their community from being haunted. That's kind of crazy for a kid show.
Witchcraft and revenge. The movie was titled Crybaby Lane. It opened with a farmer whose wife gave birth to conjoined twins.
The infants joined as one flesh and came into this world freaks.
Oh my god, is that not rude? They're getting shamed frame one? They don't even get to prove themselves? What the hell?
Ashamed of them, the farmer kept the twins hidden. Over time, he realized that one twin was good and the other was evil. Then one twin became sick, and because they shared a body, the illness spread to both. Soon, both twins passed away. To hide the truth, the farmer separated their bodies before burying them.
Oh no. What was that Stephen King thing where the bodies get buried and then they come back as zombies? That's definitely gonna happen, right? And then maybe they like want to reunite because they like miss each other. And then they're just gonna like try to meet up.
He buried the good twin in a cemetery. He dumped the evil one in a shallow grave on a road called Crybaby Lane.
What the hell? That is so rude. Actual hater. That is not even nice at all.
According to the legend, anyone passing that road at night could hear the evil twin crying in the dark.
Anyone caught out there at night on that desolate road can hear the cries of the evil child.
Years later, some friends held a ghost summoning ritual in the cemetery to summon the good twin.
Why? I mean, I don't really believe in ghosts. I'm gonna be for real with you, but like, I'm not messing with them. Like, that is just stupidity maxing.
Son of Muller, we are calling you forth. We know you are the good son. We come in peace.
We come in peace. Why do you say it like that? That turned into ASMR.
They made a terrible mistake. The graves were mixed up. Instead of summoning the good twin, they awakened the evil one. Soon, the evil twin's ghost began terrorizing the town. The rest of the movie was mostly chaos. Kids watching at home had nightmares for weeks. Parents were upset. They said the movie had too much possession and ghostly vengeance for kids' content. Nickelodeon.
Guys, you know that you're allowed to have one possession per movie. Like, come on, man. You know the limits, don't even.
Nickelodeon reacted immediately. They never re-aired the movie, never released it on DVD, and didn't include it in Halloween marathons. It vanished completely. Only the kids who saw it that night remembered it was real. Time passed. Kids who watched Crybaby Lane grew up, but they never forgot the movie that scared them.
Okay, crybabies, get over it.
2011, many of them gathered on Reddit. They wanted to find the movie again, but when they searched online, nothing came up. No clips, no screenshots, no proof. It was like the movie never existed. Some Reddit users contacted Nickelodeon to ask about the movie. Allegedly, Nickelodeon told them the movie didn't exist.
Oh my god, there was no Crybaby Lane.
That answer sent Reddit into conspiracy mode. They came up with all sorts of reasons why Nickelodeon would hide a movie. Then one day, a user claimed she found a copy of Crybaby Lane recorded on VHS. Most people didn't believe her, until she posted a video showing her TV playing the tape. It was real. Crybaby Lane existed. Reddit exploded with excitement, but before she could share the full movie,
She was executed. I don't know. I'm kind of scared. Nickelodeon got a lot of money.
She did something unexpected.
What?
She deleted the clip she shared and then deleted her entire Reddit account.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Nickelodeon got the Nintendo lawyers? Or maybe it was the evil twin. Oh no, they're real?
That only fueled the conspiracy. People believed Nickelodeon forced her to take it down.
People were saying Nickelodeon was so desperate to sweep Crybaby Lane under the rug that they went after this Reddit user.
The mystery made fans even more determined to uncover the truth, and somehow they got their wish. On Halloween that same year, 2011, Nickelodeon aired Crybaby Lane.
I figured it out. It was all about money. Hey, take that down so we can put it on TV and everybody's gonna buy cable and then they want to watch it through us because then we make ad revenue and I can't believe you release us for free. Stupid!
After 11 years, it was back on TV. They even promoted it as Nickelodeon's banned film. News outlets covered.
Or it could have been publicity. It could have been publicity. We do not know. Maybe they also made that account and then they removed it and then they were going to air it anyways and now people are interested.
The story. When asked about it, a Nickelodeon representative said the movie was never formally banned. It was simply forgotten. Up next is the lost media from one of the most tragic situations in documentary history. The death of a legend.
Aww.
The video of this man's final moments became a legendary piece of lost media on the internet. And the story is close to me because when I was a kid, I used to watch him all the time until the day of his death. Steve Irwin was known as the Crocodile Hunter, but that wasn't just a nickname. It was a literal description of what he did.
Dude, that is crazy. I actually didn't think about that until we watched this video, but like there had to have been footage, which is so sad, man. Holy crap.
The Crocodile Hunter TV series followed Steve around Australia and other parts of the world on the lookout for crocs.
He would grab crocodiles by the tail, wrestle them out of rivers, and teach viewers about wildlife up close. Sometimes he got hurt.
They'll get bitten occasionally, you know, every now and again, but it's never the animal's fault.
Dude, what a nice guy. Like, he never blamed the animal. He was like, I was there, I went in, and like, I took the risk, and they were just living their animal life. Yeah, what a Giga Chad.
Always my fault.
In September 2006, Steve and a film crew were shooting a new documentary. Steve was in the water with cameraman Justin when they spotted a stingray. Stingrays are flat fish with long tails. They are usually calm and will swim away if frightened. But when Steve and Justin moved in for a shot, the stingray didn't leave. It mistook Steve for a predator and went into defense mode.
It propped itself up on its pectoral fins and began rapidly stabbing upwards with its tail.
It happened so fast. Steve was badly hurt.
Justin tried to keep Steve awake by reminding him about his kids and telling him to hang on.
He didn't survive.
Australian crocodile hunter Steve Irwin has died during a diving expedition near Port Douglas in Australia.
The most chilling part was that the camera never stopped rolling.
Yeah.
Steve had a rule. No matter what happened, the crew had to keep filming.
I didn't know that part. Did you guys know that? There seems to be like some Steve Irwin lore aficionados in chat. I had no idea that was his rule.
He once joked that even if he died, he would be sad if no one got it on tape. Justin, the cameraman, followed that rule. So the stingray strike, Steve's pain, it was all on tape. And that tape was about to become a major issue. Steve Irwin's demise was a national tragedy. And the fact that it was all on video made it even harder to process. The crew wasn't sure what to do with the tape. The director believed the footage should be destroyed. But before that could happen, the police stepped in. Authorities opened an investigation into Steve's passing, and the officers seized the footage as evidence. The investigation dragged on for months, but in the end, police ruled out any foul play. When it was over, many people expected the footage of Steve's final moments to be released. The public was clamoring to see it, but they were in for a disappointment. Police said they destroyed all but one copy. The final copy was given to Steve's widow, Terry, but Terry couldn't bear to watch it.
As we know, there was footage of the moment that he died. Did you want to see that?
Dude! Okay, I'm not saying anything like bad because like definitely it's her job to interview, but like I could never ask somebody that. Like I'm gonna be honest with you, like I would never ask that.
No, I didn't want to see it, but I
And like she's answering the question, like that is so traumatic. Oh my god, like she's very strong.
wanted to be the one to dispose of it.
She destroyed the tape herself without ever watching it. That meant the footage of Steve's final moments was gone forever. There were no more copies, but some people refused to believe that.
I don't know. I feel like if I was her, I would get rid of it because I just wouldn't even want to see it. I don't know how to explain it. Like, That is really sad.
Fans continued to search online, hoping to find a leaked copy. Fake videos started spreading across YouTube and Reddit. Some even went viral. Terry heard about those fake clips and called them a complete fabrication exploiting people's sadness. Today, those clips still circulate online, but the real tape, the one recorded that day on the ocean floor, has never been seen by the public, and most likely it never will be.
Yeah, I think
this next chapter.
I mean, some things are just better to not be seen. Like that should just not be seen by anybody. It should not be released publicly. Just keep it private.
Is about a dumb mistake that cost someone their life.
Like, be respectful.
The fatal film scene. Movies show people losing their lives all the time, but everyone watching knows it's just acting. In 1993, the line between
It's acting? Oh my god, I thought the actors just actually died. Holy crap, I'm gonna go be an actor now. That was the only thing holding me back. I just didn't want to die.
fiction and reality vanished. During the filming of a Hollywood movie, someone actually lost their life. And the cameras caught everything. Because of how famous the victim was, the public was desperate to see it. Meanwhile, the producers worked just as hard to make sure no one ever did. It became a strange kind of hide and seek. Millions of fans searching for a video that few people were desperately trying to erase. The tragedy happened in 1993.
Oh, you guys were right, The Crow. How are you the smartest Twitch chat of all time? I mean, good job, little investigators.
On the set of a movie called The Crow. It starred Brandon Lee, the son of martial arts legend Bruce Lee.
What? Wait, really? Holy crap!
Brandon was fully committed to his role.
It is a violent film. It's one where I feel very justified from the character's point of view.
By late March, production was nearly finished. There were only a few scenes left to film.
I like the look. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's very, like, I guess avant-garde. Is that the right word? Like, I like the atmosphere.
Those scenes required Brandon's character to walk into his
like
apartment
Goth.
and get shot. For realism, the production used a prop firearm loaded with blanks. Blanks only make noise, but no bullet comes out.
How does it do that? Does any like gun lore masters in chat? How can you fake a shot? Like, does it have just like, I guess, powder and it makes the sound and like it has like the reaction, but it's not like loaded? How do you get that? Oh, it still has gunpowder, no projectile. Okay.
Cameras started rolling. Brandon entered the set. The villain fired. Brandon fell. However, he didn't get up.
When Brandon didn't get up, everyone was stunned. Then when everyone heard the medic go, "Brandon, are you all right?"
Oh my God!
It was like dead quiet.
When they got closer, they realized he was hurt. He was rushed to the hospital. Hours
Holy
later,
crap!
the news confirmed it.
Actor Brandon Lee, 28, died at 1:04 p.m. Eastern Standard
Oh
Time.
my God!
Hollywood and the public were in shock. How could a blank end someone's life?
Yeah,
Police
how?
immediately opened an investigation and
I mean, honestly, that would need to be investigated. Like, to me, I mean, that just seems like somebody definitely messed up or like did something. I don't know. That you just gotta be so careful. What the hell?
seized the footage as evidence. Right away, rumors spread that Brandon's passing wasn't an accident. Brandon's father, Bruce Lee, also lost his life under mysterious circumstances.
Is that true? Wait, what happened to Bruce Lee? Did they pass away in like the same year? What the hell? Yes? I heard it was a health issue? And he died from aspirin? A brain edema? Oh my God. Wait, what a devastating time. Holy crap.
Even Brandon's publicist questioned the narrative.
Brandon Lee's publicist has been quoted as saying it's no longer believed to be a special effect gone wrong.
Yeah, that seems like you could easily, like, plan to eliminate somebody that way. Zoff, thank you so much for 16 months. Can we get a creepy in the chat for Zoff? Thank you.
He's asking for a murder probe.
But investigators soon uncovered what really happened. Weeks
Yeah, I guess they would have the movie, but you wouldn't know, like, what happened before unless there was, like, extensive, I guess, footage in the prop room.
earlier, the crew used the same firearm for a close-up scene. To make it look real, they loaded it with dummy rounds. Those are bullets with no powder, but real metal casings. However, they can still be risky. After filming, no one made sure all the rounds were out of the chamber. A small fragment of a dummy bullet was still inside.
What? Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. What negligence? How dare you not double check that? That is, wow.
A piece of the dummy bullet had become lodged in the gun barrel.
That is
before Lee
horrible.
filmed his final scene.
Later, when the firearm was loaded with blanks for Brandon's scene, that fragment was still in there. The blank launched that bullet, which ended up hitting Brandon Lee, and it became lodged in his spine. The camera captured everything. Brandon entering the frame, the firing, and the moment he fell. Investigators called it an accident due to negligence.
I mean, is this like surpassing negligence? Like, this should be double, triple, quadruple checked. There's no way.
No one was charged. So
what? I don't know. This is just... it's just crazy. Like, how do you get away with that?
What happened to the footage of the accident after the investigation ended? No one really knows. Some claim the police never returned the footage to the producers. Some crew members said copies existed. One even said he had a copy, though he never proved it. In over 30 years, the tape has never resurfaced. No leaks, no screenshots, no...
I mean, it shouldn't leak, to be respectful, but like, can't you get in trouble if you're like driving a car and like you hit somebody even though you were hit? Like, isn't there like not unnecessary manslaughter, but there's like a word for it, where you didn't mean to kill somebody, but you still did? Like, this is insanely negligent. Like, if they didn't have a double, triple checker, then yeah, this was totally involuntary, but like, if that gun was never there, this would have never happened.
To honor Brandon's memory, the studio finished the movie using Brandon's stunt double.
Other shots involve filming a scene with a body double for Lee.
Oh, they finished the movie? I honestly wasn't expecting that. I mean, honestly, that makes sense because you guys were saying you really liked the movie. I didn't. Wow.
And later, mapping the actor's face onto the double's body.
The film was...
Dude, the worst mapping I saw of a face and a body was I watched, what was it? I think it was Alien Romulus or something like that. And they like put the guy's mapped face on one of the robots. That was horrible. That looked so bad. That was really, really bad.
Released in 1994 and dedicated to Brandon. It went on to make more than $100 million worldwide. This next case is about a joke that turned into a felony.
What?
The kitchen tape no one was supposed to see.
What?
In 2009, 5 videos filmed inside a restaurant when...
Poopy dishes. These sticks. This sounds like me naming my Pokemon.
viral, and not in a good way. They were so disgusting that the restaurant had to shut down a branch, fire staff, and call the police. The worst part was those who made the videos were just trying to be funny. Instead, they created one of the most disgusting jokes ever. The clips featured 2 Dominos.
Oh, she looked like she don't give a fuck. She said, I be making poopy sticks every day, and you guys just be eating them up. Damn.
Employees named Michael and Christy. Michael made food for customers while Christy filmed. At first, it looked like a normal shift. Then the behavior changed. Michael started preparing food in ways that violated every health code imaginable.
My McDonald's.
Here's Michael.
Michael! You can't make the poopy sticks, Michael!
Somebody's cheese stick.
He sneezed on the food and packed it for delivery.
I think it needs to be boxed. We'll see who it's going to. It's going on a delivery.
Michael deliberately contaminated every order he touched.
Now, Michael, I think that these sandwiches are going to be full of protein.
Oh, no! He be shooting baby batter up in there? Oh, hell no. Why is this shit crunchy?
He even farted on the salami that...
I'm sorry, give me a second. I was not expecting that after the pause. Not the salami! Don't, please, no!
It goes on the sandwiches. Christy uploaded the clips to YouTube. At first, almost nobody noticed. Then on April 13th, a popular blog found them. They ran a story titled Domino's Rogue Employees Do Disgusting Things to the Food. Put it on.
Guys, I have a question. Do people still have vlogs? I mean, like, blogs like this? Like, this kind of died, right? Like, everybody just be posting on Twitter or, like, Reddit or something. I don't know if anybody has, like, their own website still.
On YouTube. The article went viral. Within 72 hours, the videos hit 1 million views.
Damn!
Viewers were furious.
Money from that?
The internet united around one goal: find the employees in the video and punish them.
I'm sorry.
Furious, the internet united around one goal: find the
I keep looking at her face. She really do not give a shit at all. She's so smug.
employees in the video and punish them. The clips didn't include an address or a city name, so viewers scrubbed the clip for any clues.
Are we scrubbing the clip with our anus or with our eyes? I really don't know what the instructions are here anymore.
One scene, the camera briefly pointed outside. Viewers spotted a Jack-in-the-Box across the street.
No, I love Jack in the Box. Damn. I love their little shitty tacos. They're so bad that they're good. What's another food that's so bad that's good? Jack in the Box tacos, elite level pool, even though they're crap. Or, I'm trying to think. There's another one. Name a food that you think is so bad that it's good. Little Caesars, I think, is good if you're, like, on a budget. Like, Little Caesars definitely helped me out of some tough times, especially in college. Taco Bell, low-key. I think it depends on the Taco Bell item. I actually am really messing with the beefy griller. Oh, my God. I can't even eat it because I got my wisdom teeth taken out, but that is so good. Oh.
Using Google Earth, they searched for Domino's stores located near Jack-in-the-Box restaurants. Someone found a match. There was a Domino's across from a Jack-in-the-Box in North Carolina. Problem solved. The internet found them. Within hours, people emailed Domino's corporate headquarters with the location. Now, the company knew exactly where the videos were filmed.
What did they say?
Corporate headquarters with the location. Now...
Ooh, someone said mall Chinese food. I love mall Chinese food. It's just like... I feel like it gets a buff from, like, the area. Like, you're in and it tastes so good. Like, the bourbon chicken is amazing. I don't know. I would never order bourbon chicken for, like, my house. But there at the mall, it just is so, so good. Yeah, it's premium slop. Jonathan, thanks so much for pointing us to the comments in the blog. I alerted our security team as soon as I received it. At 1:38 a.m. today, this email arrived in my inbox. Ooh!
The company knew exactly where the videos were filmed. The public was mad and they knew where to find the Domino's employees. Someone needed to defuse the situation fast. Christy, the Domino's employee, panicked. She emailed Domino's executives trying to explain.
Christy was emailing at 1:30 a.m.? Go to bed! She'd be smoking that fart salami!
What happened. They read, "I am sorry about all of this. It was..."
Yeah, Christy. Well, she's not making pizza no more. I'm gonna be honest with you.
A prank. No food was ever sent out to any customer. We would never put something like that on YouTube if it were real. Her apology, it didn't help. The situation was already out of control. Domino's shut down the Conover store.
No, Domino! She didn't know!
Threw out all the food and sanitized everything. Then they issued a public apology.
Recently, we discovered a video of two Domino's team members who thought that their acts would be a funny YouTube hoax.
But they were Domino's, and they're done.
We sincerely apologize.
We're so sorry.
In the same statement, Domino's confirmed that Michael and Christy were fired. They also said that warrants were issued for their arrest.
Damn! 911, what's your emergency? This bitch be pissing in the pizza sauce? We are on our way. FBI, open up! I mean, true, though. That is disgusting. Like, you could really contaminate people if they're just drinking pee-pee lemonade. Or, like, poo-poo sticks. Like, do you think, be honest, I want to know your actual opinion. Do you think they actually sent the food out? Or were they just joking on the video and they threw it away? They probably did send it out. I think they did ship it. They literally pissed it and shipped it. I mean, look at her face. She was so smug. She definitely was happy people were eating her rectum. Probably got pink eye. Oh my God, can you imagine getting pink eye from pizza?
Two Domino's employees facing charges tonight, and this is why.
Good, tase them too. Tie him up to the wall and tase him.
Shocking video that hit the web.
But the public wasn't satisfied. Customer complaints kept coming. Domino's online quality rating dropped from 5 to -2.8.
This is what we should do then. If Domino's quality keeps, like, their reviews keep dropping, can you just send me all the pizza? Like, I'll get rid of it, okay? Like, I'll make sure it gets disposed of properly.
September 2009, Domino's permanently shut down the Conover location where the videos were taken. Michael and Christy turned themselves in. They were charged with felony food contamination.
Damn. Is this the part where they get chained up all the time?
Michael got 6 months in jail.
Damn! 6 months? He's never gonna fart again. The fart felon has been arrested. Thank God.
Christie got 45 days and 18 months of probation.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Why is she out on the street? She's on probation? She could poo again.
After the scandal, the original videos started disappearing from the internet. Many believe Domino's pressured platforms to remove them.
They were almost completely expunged from nearly every corner of the internet by a company on the brink of demise.
The Domino's clips became so rare that they were considered lost media. Years
Can you imagine you just really got a fart at work and you're working at Domino's? You're like, hold it. I can't.
Later, a YouTuber began hunting for them.
I have 2 out of 5 of those videos, and I'm looking for the other 3.
It took him years to find all.
He's trying to collect them all. He got his pieces of the Domino's Exodia.
All 5 clips, but in 2024, he finally did. These stories prove that nothing online truly disappears. What you delete, someone else saves. What you hide, someone else finds. So my friends, be careful what you post online, because the internet is written in pen, not pencil.
Thank God I have the world's cleanest internet footprint.
Visual venture. Wait,
where was the ad?
Before you guys go, I have a video where I talk about media banned for being too controversial. I talk about a film director who got arrested for murder, a YouTube trend that sent a woman to prison, and a documentary that secretly filmed North Korea and got away with it. Click right here to watch it. Love you guys. Peace.
Peace. Oh my God, that video was so good. He is like an artiste. That was amazing. Clappy, clappy, clappy. We love you, Visual Venture. Thank you so much for watching. I super appreciate it. Please check out the original. He makes such amazing videos. And leave a comment down below of your favorite story in the video. I would say probably the fart felon was my favorite. And I hope you have a great evening. Remember to use code Berry at checkout for 10% off your gamer subs order. Super helps me out. One day maybe get a booba cup. So thank you. I appreciate it. Have a great evening. Goodbye, YouTube. Oh, and come in and switch to the TV for BerryCrepe. Bye-bye.